Good evening. Today I'm diving into chilling story that the BBC has uncovered, a story of power and betrayal, blood parliament, just a documentary. It is what everybody in Kenya is talking about. Uh, the BBC did a documentary about what happened in Parliament during the Gen Z riot, and everybody is talking about the chilling stories and the price these young people had to pay. So stay with me because what I'm about to share with you might just change the way you look at Kenyan politics forever. It was, it was, it was a sad story. When the BBC released the documentary Blood Parliament, it hit many of us like a thunderbolt. The story is gripping, painful, brutality, and it mirrors the dark Kenyan politics. It is a documentary that Kenya uh, is shown to the world how we react to our politics. This is a story where young people were killed brutally by the police in uniform in broad daylight. And nobody has ever talked about the plight of the families of these young people. But let us pause for a minute and see why these young people are to die. It is sad that when you are really fighting for what you believe in, then the state can use lethal force to silence you. And even the most undemocratic countries that we see around East Africa, we see demonstrations happening, and they use rubber bullets. I don't know when the Kenyan police or the government will decide that it is now time for us to spare the lives of these young people because they're the future of the country, of the nation. So why do we have to use live bullets on them while we have alternatives like rubber bullets? Or why do you have to shoot people who are running and they are unarmed? So this story is out there. It shows you the reality of politics. And this is a country where you see politicians moving around with guns and nothing happens, you know. This is a story, this is a place where you see party nominations, people beating each other, others chopping off other people's hands, and things like that. And nothing happens. And to date, you'll not see anybody in court being brought that, they caused the mayhem. So this is what is happening in our country, and we need to talk about it as Kenyans. We need to see where we went wrong. Is it that the Ruto government is that brutal? Is it that these young people really wanted to take over power? Is it that they destroyed properties? Yes, they did, but could it have been stopped in a better way? I mean, instead of killing them, was there any other way that this violence could have been stopped? Now, the documentary exposed the army, and they say that that uniform is worn by the army. I can't. I have seen army uniforms, but I am not very sure whether they are fake ones. But the army has yet to come out and tell us, these were indeed our uniform. Of course, they will definitely say, no, this was not. This was not our uniform. This was indeed our uniform. But the army has yet to come out and tell us, these were indeed our uniform. Of course, they will definitely say, no, this was not our uniform. This was indeed our uniform. Of course, they will definitely say, no, this was not part of our uniform. So this expose has really taught me some lessons about our politics. It is dangerous, and people have to be very, very, very careful, especially with the establishment. What do they really want? What do they really want? Do they want to stay in power forever, or do they want a country that is governed by the rule of law? So right now, I am seeing a society that is really angry as we go for 2027 elections. I see communities that are divided. I see clans that are fighting for superiority. I see all these kind of divisions that nobody seems to be interested to address them. As we approach 2027 elections, we have seen what is happening in the party small elections of youths, combatant youths, people who are ready to die for the party or die for a particular candidate. But it shouldn't go this far, young people. You should not die because of a politician. No, don't take your life, or don't take the life of another youth because of somebody who wants to stay in power. It is high time that we at least use our brains to decide the kind of leadership that we want, and even as we ponder through what is happening in our country, let us also reflect and see, could it have been done better? What do you think? I need you to leave a small comment on the comment section and tell me whether we would have done things in a better way, or is this is our way of doing things as Kenyans. It is sad. It is very, very sad. When I watched that documentary more than 3 times, more than 3 times, and I can tell you that it is not good for. It's not a good image for our country. It is something that uh, we need to talk about. The political class had said that there were some thieves, thugs who infiltrated the rather peaceful demonstrations, and here we are. We are seeing a different scenario. We are seeing a situation where these were not thugs uh, in a demonstration. These were young people. Then the documentary takes you to the lives of these young people. Some were university students are doing quite well in their studies. Others were businessmen doing so wonderful. But their life has been cut short by a trigger happy police officer or army officer, whoever they are, or a thug or hired goons, whatever you want to call them. Their lives were cut short on that particular day, and for one simple reason, demanding justice, demanding what they feel is right and what the president ought to have addressed then. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that today we have members of parliament really castigating that documentary and saying that the BBC should not be given a license to operate in Kenya. Where is freedom of expression? Where is freedom of speech? Where is freedom of expression and freedom of speech in our country? Yeah. So I need you to leave a comment and tell me exactly what you feel about the BBC documentary or expose that mirrors the dark side of our politics. It shows who we are as a society. It shows who the politicians are. Not all of us are ready to kill, but we have seen the kind of anger. And if you read our newspapers, if you read what has been happening in the party primaries, it reflects how this society is. And as we move towards 2027, I think we are more divided than ever before on tribal lines, and that has taken a good toll of us. Now, there's a good thing. The Gen Zs who are tribeless, who are trying to bring people together to think like, we are Kenyans and we want to develop this country as one people, one nation, one country called Kenya. So how do we do it? We only have one choice. We have to do the right thing. Make sure that you equip yourself with the right document, which is your ID card and voter's card, so that on 20 on August 2027, you exercise this democratic right as a young person. Don't be intimidated. The price for power can never be paid by blood. It can never be paid by blood. And I tell you, I mean, that is something that what blood, what does blood parliament really do in our society? We see politicians who, instead of offering ideas, offer fear. Yeah, they offer fear. We see them every other day offering fear. I can see Gypsy Corner on the comment section. Gypsy, good morning, wherever you are. I hope you're doing fine. It highlights the need for accountability, not just from the top leadership, but among us citizens. Where we come from Kenya, how when when you face corruption, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with it? So let us face this thing head on so that we can have a better country. Because every time we cheer blindly to these leaders, then they become rogue and they become dictators. And that is what we are. Without questioning their methods, we become part of the blood prize. So it is also raises important questions. How can we ensure that Parliament, the House of the People, stops being a blood-stained institution and it stops being a place where people actually make just deals? Yeah, ukienda parliament ni biashara watu nafanya. Today they are running an illegal fund called Ngaf CDF, and nobody is talking about it. LSK is not coming out strongly to talk about this illegal activity that is going. The civil society the same, and of course the judiciary is kind of mum, or they are scared of their jobs because although they have a security of China, please, the judiciary, they need to act. When uh, when uh, when parliamentarians or the CS is breaking the law, giving parliamentarians CDF, which is illegal. I don't know why we continue celebrating such people. Zalendo, yesterday the same thing was happening in Guyana. Police officers firing live to protesters. Oh yeah, I think I need to put this so that Kenyans can see. Thank you, Gypsy Corner, for that. Now you see these kind of stories that are happening, and thanks to social media, I don't think that the social space will last for a very long time. It will not last. I am telling you, they are going to shut it down. But because when you hear people like Gypsy Corner giving us these stories, for those who didn't know that this story happened yesterday, here you are, real time from Gypsy Corner in another part of the world. Already you have the news. So that is the power of social media. That is why we come here each and every day, burn the midnight oil, trying to tell you that there is something that you can do in a small way. be aware, be cautious that uh, we have a democracy that should be a true symbol of who we are. Yeah, it should not just be a word; it should be what we practice on a daily basis. Uh, by the way, today, Gypsy Corner, kama mnanipenda sana, today is my birthday also. Even as I narrate all this that has been happening, I want just to look at them bit by bit when young people realize that they are being used by being used for political violence, like I'm seeing in some areas. Yesterday, I had a very good meeting with so many youths from where I come from, and they are cautious. They know what they really want, but they are so afraid that even if we want to choose the leaders that will bring the development that we want, then there is the tribal wave and the political wave that sweeps everything away, and they are left helpless but to deal with the political class that has been chosen by the so-called tribal kingpins. So that is our future. uh, Remember, Kenya is a beautiful country with brilliant young minds, rich culture, and incredible potential. So let us be focused. Yet, unless we face the realities exposed in Blood Parliament by BBC, the cycle will continue. The same betrayal, the same bloodshed, the same regrets. As we head towards the next election, this documentary should be a wake up call. It's time to demand better, demand protection from from the police. That is what they are supposed to do. That is what they are paid to do. They are supposed to protect you. They're not supposed to take your life. They're supposed to protect you. I thank you, Gypsy Kona. Happy birthday to me. Na wale wazalendo wote whatever they are, sawa sawa, nangojea zawadi. Thank you, Gypsy Kona. All right, that's interesting. Today marks yet another milestone in my life when we have been struggling with changing the society, and that is what I've dedicated myself you know, and the people around me that it is time that we fight for our country. We cannot just sit back and watch as a few of us enjoy the goodies of our taxes while we watch. Yesterday, I saw an MP taking people around his farm. Very very rich. He's a second term MP and he's already a billionaire. And you wonder, there's no serious business that is doing, or what kind of business do these people do? No, they don't do any serious business. They are only in parliament, and some of them have never even spoken in parliament or created any bill to that effect. So we don't even know the kind of industry that they have, but yet they enjoy the CDF money and allocate it for their own personal projects. It is sad. It is time we demand better. It is time we demand better. It's a wake up call. Demand better. Uh, to demand politics of ideas, not violence. That is what we want. Politics of ideas. If you haven't watched the Blood Parliament yet, please do so because this is a wake up call. What I'm doing is just to break it down to you so that you can understand it in the simplest language possible. That this was not just a documentary, it was a chilling documentary of the dirty politics happening in our country. So it happens every day. Sometimes we talk about it, but we talk about it casually. I saw in real time somebody's hands being chopped off, a body lying dead, just a few weeks ago, and life is going on as normal, like nothing happened. Nothing really happened. Yeah, nothing really happened. So we need to really think deep, think about our country, think about what is important to us, and we hope that one day, if it is not in 2027, we will have good leadership. Now, what is also much to my surprise is that the lack of interest by the working class, the people who I call the middle class, they're the people who need to come out because they are hurting silently. They are hurting silently. Their pay slips have been chopped off. But you see, the threat is if you come out criticizing the government and you work for the same government, definitely you'll be kicked out. That is another scenario that we'll have to deal with another day. I saw the court secretary commenting that social media should be used properly. Yes, it is here in Africa that we told this Shenzi guy that it is time for him to go. He has been there for a long time, yet the workers are being overtaxed. He has not increased their pay. He needs to tell us what he has been doing all this time, apart from telling us kesho nilikuwa Geneva, nilikuwa sijui wapi, kesho naenda Stockholm, naenda UK, nitakuwa US sijui tarehe ngapi. That does not help help me as a worker in Kenya. That does not help a laborer. Hiyo itusaidii bwana Atuoli. You need to act. We need to act, and you are not entertaining us anymore. You need to do the right thing, and the right thing is that you need to look at the problems the workers in Kenya are having, so that we can have a good society. I am glad that the doctors are back to work. The doctors are back to work, and it is it's a good thing. Doctor strikes ended. The Kenya Public Hospital doctors signed a deal ending the 2 month strike that they have been there. So yeah, that's a good thing. A good thing, and I hope the Southern Sudan, the mediation talks are going on in Nairobi. We hope that that conflict in Sudan is going to be solved very, very, very soon. Uh, there's a lot of heavy rains in Kenya, so please, kama uko nje, just be careful. Be very, very careful. My condolences to the families of those who have lost their lives in Guyana, the way Gypsy Corner uh, was telling me on the comment section. Zalendo Ipoa gave a statement on the documentary. I missed that. I missed that Gypsy Corner. Maybe you could share just a bit of what they said. I missed that, but I'll look at it. This story we will build it up until maybe Friday when we come with our special show to just to analyze and break down with Brother Ben what really transpired in the week. But meanwhile, if you're not subscribed to our freak, please do so. This is your number one channel where we air the current stories that are making headlines, and also we give you civic education on what is important for you as a Kenyan. What is important to you when you're facing that ballot? Kale kasanduku, kuna kafesi hivi, unajua uliongwa na pesa ya CDF ulilipiwa fee, ukafanyiwa nini, but you need an MP who is going to bring free secondary education, draft bills, and put the government on check. Yeah, that is the kind of MP that you need. You need a governor who is going to work for you, not to work for the political leader. So that is what we are emphasizing on Africa. I don't. Gypsy Corner. IPOA gave a statement on the documentary. talking on the comment and nothing to answer. They have also, uh, oh, what? They have also cancelled the BBC license. Oh my God! Oh my God! Yeah, we saw that coming. We saw that coming fast and furious. The next thing that they will cancel is that the media. I think by next year we will not. There will be a lot of censorship on the social platform TikTok, WhatsApp groups, YouTube. This will be regulated in Kenya. Lucky for us, Africa is not based in Kenya, so you can always try and find us elsewhere. So bahati kwetu, but kwa wale wako Kenya kule, now the government is coming for you. I can tell you that is going to happen, and it will happen very very soon. Here is where you get the latest information. You've seen that was just as I thought. The threat did not even last 48 hours. Kama they've already cancelled BBC, then they are opening another Pandora's box. Now there's no freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of the media in Kenya. No, hiyo imeisha, hiyo imeisha. So ole wao kina Morara wale wanafanya Vampire Diaries, they will be soon shutting it down completely. So with that said, Gypsy Corner, I think I am almost retiring to bed right now, and thank you for having company. And I hope to see you later in the course of the day. And to our viewers who've been watching on other channels, asanteni sana for being part of Africa this evening. I hope to see you later. If this analysis is not over, there are new developments that the license for BBC has been cancelled. I don't know whether Gypsy say it's a rumor. Gypsy, I hope it's thank God we are not in Kenya, Africa. Yeah. We are not in Kenya. Thank you. I mean, uh, if you were in Kenya, boss, tungekuwa shut down kitambo sana, because hapa ndio wanakujaga kuchungulia hao watu wanasemaga nini, wanasema nini, wanapiga serikali. Tupigi serikali, tunakosoa serikali. Wakienda mbaya tunawaambia mlienda mbaya, mkienda vizuri pia tunawapongeza, mlifanya kazi mzuri. Lakini mkiua vijana wadogo tutawaambia hiyo ilikuwa ni mauaji, wala it was not a birthday party, it was a killing. And we saw it. We saw the live bullets. Why do you have to use live bullets on on young boys and girls who are not harmed? With that said, kwaherini.